BearPodcast, episode 425.
Just makes you all fuzzy inside.
So was it all lube? What kind of lube? Okay, you're ready.
But but in the picture that he's got on, it looks like he's got a bear.
I got to see lots of bears playing.
What? You mean you didn't have your podcast equipment with you?
It's actually plants killing zombies. Would it be better to go there and then get sick afterwards? Well,
I don't know. It depends on what you get sick with. Me and James have a lot in common. We're both tasty like. Matt Bear Prop. Don selling his thong. Having it auctioned off, I think he got $150 just for his thong.
Your question of the week.
The second question of the week.
Oh, really? You want instant gratification in a week?
Yeah, those bears get around. Everybody knows everybody in this world.
Okay. Welcome everyone to Bear Podcast. I'm Nard.
And I am Ray.
And it's Pride weekend. It's Pride.
Well, Pride weekend's kind of over, but...
Well, yeah, it's a day after Pride, so...
Yeah, it's kind of like the day after pill. It's all over with now.
That's right. And we have an in-studio guest. We have G here. G. Or Gene. How are we going to go for G or Gene?
G!
G, okay. That's right.
That's street cred.
Only Ray can do that. Yes. So, So welcome to episode 425. And we're recording this on June 25th. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the day after Pride weekend where I didn't march. I mean, Mike and I have been doing it for 10 years. We've been marching for 10 years and stuff, but this year we just did not march. We just didn't. We just wanted to watch, wanted to take care of ourselves. But we'll talk about that more later. But Ray, let's talk about how was your week?
It was not a good weekend. Let's put it that way.
I know.
Y'all might, for the regular watchers or listeners on the show, y'all might notice there's nobody jumping up in my lap or walking around in the vision of the cameras. Buddy's gone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
After 14 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's been a rough weekend.
Mm-hmm. I remember Buddy all the time whenever I come over and I walk him for you. It's always fun having Buddy around. And yeah, it's good to remember. Remember those days.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So right now, he's in heaven right now alongside with
Obi.
With Obi, the first dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually he's been... I'll get his remains back in about a week, and I'm actually going to put them in the urn together.
Oh, just all together? Mm-hmm. Or don't you want separate?
No. Just put them there together. They came in together, you know.
Okay. Are they brothers?
No, we actually got them totally separate times.
Oh, okay.
So.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Obi was around for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy was around, or was it 9 years? 8, 9?
Yes, about 8 years.
8 years.
I think 8 years, yeah.
8 years, so. Buddy was around for 14 years, so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the first 8 years, they were always together in the same cage, always harassing each other, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, Ray.
It happens.
It happens.
So, it was expected. I mean, we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So.
And, okay. So, just remembering Buddy. I have some picture flash on the screen for you guys. Yeah. But anyway, okay. So let's talk about other things and what happened this weekend. So
you not having AC for a week?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's another sad thing for me that happened for a week. This happened Monday last week. Our air conditioning died,
but it's back up now.
It's back up now after a week.
It was 101 degrees today, and the AC was back on, right?
Mm-hmm. Good. Thank God, just one phone call, and the guys, the first people who came over, they tried to diagnose it and stuff like that, but they just don't know how to fix it. They gave up on me. They just gave up on me. Okay, so I had to call in another guy, and sure enough, they fixed it. Kind of expensive though, but still they got it up and running in about 3 hours.
Cover it?
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, well, most of it. Yeah.
Did you have to pay another $50?
No, I did not.
Okay,
It was clear. That was clear.
Yeah,
that
it's
I'm not
very
going to pay
queer
anymore.
that you're not paying another $50.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
So we got the air conditioning up. Right now it's about, so it's going down the temperature. It was 90 degrees, so 95 when I left, and then hanged out around there. It was 87 now. So by the time I get home, it could be about 72 degrees, 70 degrees maybe.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to a very cold evening, which is nice.
Lucky you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what's been happening in the weekend, and Mike was here. Mike was here for the weekend, and yay, we picked up our rings, so we're ready. He went to Jared. No, we went to Jared.
Yes, I did go to Jared.
We really did go to Jared. Yeah, I can't show it yet. We went to Jared. Yeah, so we went to Jared, picked it up, and then after that, we did something very important, very, very importantly gay. We had pedicures. We just had to have pedicures.
Pedicures and manicures.
No, we didn't do manicures.
You didn't do the manicures?
No, Mike doesn't want to do the manicures. Oh. Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, they.
But you paid how much for this little?
It's $25.
For $25, most places you get both.
$25 for both?
Both?
You mean I got screwed?
You got screwed.
But it's in it's because it's in Montrose.
Oh, that's true. You get screwed in Montrose. Because that whole thing about that whole intro rumor about gays having money. They don't have lots of money. They'll just buy a lot of alcohol. That's big difference. Big difference.
Yeah. So it's fun. I mean, I took some videos actually of people playing with my feet. So
I think the last pedicure I had was back when his Metro Spa was still in business.
Uh-huh.
And there was this old Asian man that did it. And he was like, "Oh, you have such nice feet."
Oh, really?
On and on. And I was like, "Oh, somebody got a foot fetish." They got the perfect job in their old age with their foot fetish.
And started sucking on it. Want me to clean it? Yeah. It's like that.
So, it was very funny. It made me a little uncomfortable at first. I was like, "Oh, he's just an old man. He can't do that."
I'm a little bit ticklish when the lady was massaging the bottom. I would twitch a little. And she would laugh. She would touch a little. She would
a lot of
laugh
bottoms are
again.
ticklish.
Okay. The bottom of my foot.
Okay.
Okay, so they did that and took out the cheese grater and started cheese grating. Oh, yeah. Mine wasn't too bad, though. The girl beside me was really... I see things are falling off the ground. I mean, just cheese grating it, really. And then, oh, my...
Have you seen some of those women's feet?
I know.
Go out and see some of the women's feet. They'd be like walking around in their open-toe shoes and it'd be scrimps and biscuits. Scrimps and biscuits. And if you don't know what scrimps and biscuits is, it's big girls that toes that wrap over the front of the shoe because the shoe's too small and the hoof hangs out the back. And it's called scrimps and biscuits.
It's not playing, Ray.
What?
It didn't play. It stopped. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. So I did that with Mike, and then we watched the movie. We should watch it. I'd like to watch it again, Ray. So we should watch it. Yeah, we should watch it. It's Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Hunter,
which I still have yet to read the book.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty good.
I've listened to the first chapter on audio because it came free on my
it did
Kindle, Amazon Kindle.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like audiobooks, but yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. Yeah. I think.
Well, I looked into buying it, and it was like $35, and I said, "Oh no, I'll just go buy the book and read it."
Yeah, so. That's right. See, Happy Pride, you're back.
That looks actually familiar. Was that Toby?
No, it's not. Somebody else. Toby's not that hairy. Is he? No, he's not. I'll ask him. So. Toby, are you this hairy? This is one's for you, for your eye candy.
What over there, dude?
Yeah, there's some guys. There are twink guys at the parade, and this is our dragon. Yeah, we had dragons at the. We had one dragon. Asians and Friends.
The Asians and Old Bears dragon.
Yes, Asians and Bears. Oh my, old bears, and of course the Houston Area Bears group. So. They were just there.
That's a motley looking crew there, I'll tell you.
I know.
It's just a motley looking crew.
We thought they're going to have the...
Speaking of a motley crew.
There you go.
Brady. Come on,
Brady. Yeah,
Giles looks like he was sweating just a little bit.
Yeah. It's really hot. It was really hot. People were sweating at the parade. And...
That's Mike. See, that's Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
That's the groom to be.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Oh, there's a wolf with a bear. Well, later. We'll talk about this guy later. Okay, so after the movie Abraham Lincoln. You guys watch it? You guys watch it? Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we went to the parade. After that, we went to the Asians and Friends after parade party, and people were just swimming and just had pizza, and that's pretty much it. We were too tired.
Well, yeah, it's too hot to do anything out there.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sunday,
Oh, God.
we went and saw The Blast from the Past. If any of our listeners are under the age of 35, you can go see Rock of Ages, but most of it won't make sense to you at all. Just won't make sense to you because you didn't live that day. You didn't have that hair.
That's right.
That mentality.
And there was a gay kissing scene.
That's right. It was the big gay kissing scene.
Yes, there was a gay kissing scene. It was just good.
And you'll be surprised who it is. You might guess it at first because you're like,
But it's not Tom Cruise.
No, it's not Tom Cruise.
It's not Tom Cruise.
Although Tom Cruise
Although he would have been.
sang.
Oh my God! Wait, most of the time I was really just, oh my God, he can't be singing. But sometimes
he
it
was
was
singing.
funny. He was
I'm
singing.
sure there's a lot of auto-tune on that, but he was singing. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, hell,
There was no auto tuning. No, there's not.
There was none?
There was not. I don't think so. I don't think there was. Well, for one thing, there was no auto tune back then.
Well, no,
In the 80s.
but I'm sure they did a lot of work on his voice to make it sound pretty decent. So
Yeah.
and he did a very good job.
Yeah.
And at 50, you got to hand it to him. He still got a damn nice body.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the
yeah.
tattoos made him look a lot hotter too. So
Oh,
that,
really?
That was nice. The tattoos.
Oh, Mike would like that. He likes tattoos,
Yes.
but not on Tom Cruise. No.
Yeah, Tom.
You know who should love?
But see, that's worked out perfect because back in the 80s, that's when Tom Cruise was getting big. I mean,
Yeah.
it starts in 87, so I was graduating high school the same year the movie
What
started.
was the Top Gun?
He was in Top Gun, but all the early 80s shows, he started off with Risky Business,
Yeah.
and then All the Right Moves, and then Top Gun, and all the stuff that kept rolling on after that. But that's when him and the whole Brat Pack was big. I'm surprised they had more than them in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Mary J. Blige kicked ass in this movie.
Oh yeah. She was.
So
pretty
she had a
good.
very good role. The acting not so much, but she can always knock.
But they were just singing. It felt like what is it? I can't say Bye Bye Birdie. That's too old. But it's a musical. It's like Glee.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, this Rock of Ages is based on a musical. I mean,
Yeah.
they took a musical and turned it into a movie. So
I haven't seen it. I have yet. I want to watch the original
yeah,
musical.
I guess it. I haven't seen it go out on tour, so I guess it didn't do that well on Broadway. Or if it did okay on Broadway, it wasn't. Nobody's picked it up to do it in touring yet. So at least I haven't seen it come through Houston. So
No, not yet.
no. So
No, I don't think so.
but if you're 80s rock music fan and big hair, you'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Long hair.
okay,
Okay, let's do some topics here that
on to topics.
actually this was brought to you by Gene.
Yes, and I think I've had the same list too. So it's a common list, but he just states it better.
Okay, we should preface this with a question: What are good prerequisites? I guess.
Yes, these are prerequisites for dating.
For dating, yeah, for dating.
So and I think we've said
your
something
partner?
similar, but when he said it, it was very good.
Yeah,
So,
it's called the 5 Tions. 5 Tions. 5 Shuns.
Shuns.
Shuns. Okay, so what are they, Ray?
they are education, transportation, habitation, and not at your mama's house.
Mm-hmm.
Ambition and occupation.
Let's go through each one. So education, you have to be somewhat intelligible or somebody who you can hold a conversation.
I'll look at it this way. You don't have to have like a doctorate degree, and you don't have to have a college degree. It's more about having common sense and being smart.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I got a college degree, graduated from high school, got a college degree, and my spelling sucks. My math's bad, but I'll still work towards something.
My math's pretty good.
Well, you're Asian. This is natural. so,
Okay.
So, but just work
Yeah.
towards something. I mean, some people drop out of high school and they'll never do a fucking thing with themselves,
Yeah.
and they sit there and bitch about having shitty jobs and working minimum wage. And it's like, well, you know what? Go back to school.
Go back to school. That's always a good option.
So,
All right, next one is transportation, which is very important because some people,
Because
it's
driving all the way on the other side of Houston, Texas to pick your ass up for a date.
Yeah.
Just too much.
And you can't go around too much. I remember stories
I'm on
before.
a education, so
Yeah.
I can't ride around eating up a bunch of gas, picking up your ass just for a booty call.
In one of my social groups that I should say friends, there's this guy who's dating someone who lives about 50 miles away from him. So he would drive 50 miles to pick him up, and then 50 miles back in town just to mingle. Let's just say about 30 miles. 30 miles, I think it was 30 miles, and then go back and then drop him off back to his house, and then come back. I mean, it's just.
Was he
just
getting any booty for any of this?
I guess he should be.
I mean, was the sex good at least? I mean...
Yeah, that might be the case.
Because if the sex good, I can go see driving a little bit to go pick up some booty. But, just on a date and regular, it's just,
yeah, that's right. Habitation, and like what you said...
Ain't with your mama.
Not with your mom.
So,
I
understand...
What about your mom lives with you? How about that?
Well, that's different.
That's different. It's
different.
But...
That's a little rare.
That
happens. But usually those guys are usually my age, in their 40s before that happens. Some do it in their early 30s, depending on how the parents are.
Yeah, if you're in your 20s or 30s, probably, yeah. But if you're in your 40s...
Yeah, but you and your parents need separate separation.
Yeah, that's right. So. Ambition. Ambition is very important. I think that's a good one too. Be a good one too, because it makes you people who are ambitious, you have a drive to improve yourself. Yes. And
you don't have to want to be president of the United States. You just you want to read or
learn how to read. That's your ambition. That's one of your ambitions. Learn how to read.
How to add 2 + 2 and get 5.
That's right.
Just basic stuff. It's want to make not be better than anybody else, but make yourself better.
Yeah, step by step. Maybe if you want to be good in photography, for example, you want to pick up something because you want to be, or even something that would advance your career, like go to ITT Tech or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be that. You just have to have some gumption about going out and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit your ass in a chair all day long and nothing will happen to you until you get up out of that chair and go make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that comes to you is trouble. It'll find you. But you actually go out and doing something yourself, you have to do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't just come in and fall in your lap, rarely. Maybe 1 or 2 people in the world that might happen to, but it's rare that happens. So.
Okay.
And then, of course, occupation.
You got to be working.
You got to have a job.
You got to have a job.
I don't care if it's at McDonald's.
Even if you're flipping burgers.
You're at trash cans, I don't care. It's got to have a job. You got to have some income. Because I can barely support myself. I can't support you.
Yeah, or we'll call this...
I don't mind getting dinner.
How tarot cards? Tarot cards.
They got a job now.
Psychics.
They got a job now.
We're not gonna go.
They got a regular paycheck coming in. I can't say anything.
And Gene was talking about some deal breakers.
Yeah, no extras like probation or incarceration.
No incarceration and no probation. Please, no. That's which is a big red flag. To me, that's a big red flag. Yeah. But of course, what's very important, you should be number 6 years fornication. Right? Or is it a given?
You know what? If they get if they got all that,
then you can fornicate.
Then you can worry about the fornication. So.
All right, we should have fornication here in this list.
And we were talking beforehand, and I said, you know what? Because we were questioning somebody that I dated at one time, and I said, you know what? But the sex was good. It only lasted a month, but the sex was good.
Mm-hmm.
So it was worth what it was, and the sex was good, and they're a nice person, and it was all good. So, and they're moving ahead with their life now, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't with me. So.
No, that's good.
Because I have a timetable, and if you ain't on my timetable.
This break is brought to you by PauseHouston.com. So Pause Houston is a local Houston, Texas website designed to promote fellowship and a sense of community for the HIV-positive gay men and their friends in the city of Houston and the surrounding municipalities. We offer, on a monthly basis, as per discretion, opportunities to attend and participate in events and gatherings for our members and friends. In addition to our social aspect, We also provide limited information on what's happening in Houston and surrounding areas, and local Houston gay-related materials and business information. So for more info, go to pausehouston.com. We'll put the links on the website for you guys to check out. All right. Let's go to Woof, What a Bear.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice butt.
Yeah,
So
sure.
what's your number?
Can I buy you a beer? Do you work out a lot? Do you come here often? Woof, what a bear.
Okay.
Our Wolf What a Bear this week is Daniel from Growler. Daniel's 5'10", 355 pounds, black hair,
Woof.
brown eyes.
At last,
Big brown areolas.
this one's my big brown areolas. No, it doesn't have big areolas.
Well, they're big and brown.
They're brown.
So
They're perky.
anyway,
They're
he
perky.
likes video games, cars, tattoos, Hellboy, sushi, computers, sleeping in, and other big men. So manager out.
Oh, he doesn't like chasers. Oh no.
No.
But it's okay. But it's okay.
See, that's just, I'm fat, let's party.
Okay.
So,
We can always
anyway.
party. All right.
So, what I do for fun: playing video games, Xbox, PS3. Love to play Gears of War and Halo. Going to car shows, traveling, going to comic book conventions. I can relate.
Oh, I can relate to that too.
Going to tattoo conventions, going to the movies, hanging out with friends, and cuddling. And he also wants to give a shout out to his close friends, Sheldon and Andrew. And so
That's-
you need to get Sheldon and Andrew to send pics in so we can profile
Oh,
them.
that's right.
Especially if they're big bears, because
If
Maynard
they're
will be
big
all
bears.
over it.
Oh yeah.
Because I get accused all the time of not getting bears on the show. And Daniel took the initiative after I asked him, do you want to be profiled on our Wolf What a Bear? And he said yes, unlike
Okay.
most of the other bears.
Yep. Thank you, Daniel, for
Yes.
being our featured
So-
bear. Okay.
So, yes.
All right. On with our gay, the geek, and the bizarre. The first one is our gay, which is which one? We're gonna do the gay couple renews, wow. Oh no, the
Or gay
question,
pride.
the big question.
Gay Pride this month.
The Pride is- yeah, it's-
because it was Gay Pride Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, Houstonio,
Houston,
and I think
San
I'm trying to
Antonio?
think- San Antonio. No, I don't know if San Antonio.
Austinio,
Austin, yeah.
Alacio.
But no, there's a bunch of cities around the world that had their Pride celebrations this weekend. So,
Yeah.
and apparently our friend Wayne is in San Francisco at theirs, and it was quite the interesting little Pride parade. It was at least cool there.
Oh yeah, it is a
So-
lot cooler. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he said he tried to meet up with our friend Jeremy. He's been on the show once or twice, or called
Yeah.
in or something.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
did.
remember.
He was in the show
Oh,
before.
that's right. He's on the show before. So couldn't meet up with him, but said it was a grand time in San Francisco.
Okay, so this pride, it's a question actually before we started the show, which Gene and I asked. A big question to Ray: why do we need gay prides these days? Why?
We only need them in the states that do not allow gay marriage. Other than that, we can cut them out. Let's go.
That's right.
So, and move them all to the states that don't have
Which is a great idea because
equal rights. So,
it's a good answer because right now, like Chicago or maybe let's say Massachusetts or San Francisco, where there are lots of gays and they've been doing the parades and parades and everything and it's already mainstream there.
well, not San Francisco because remember they got Prop 8 out there.
Yeah, but that's about marriage. But actually, the out thing, the being proud and out,
Out.
and San Francisco and New York are
Yeah.
the ones that are the meccas here.
Yeah,
But
but that's why I said we should only be doing Pride parades in states that
so
they don't
San
have
Francisco
gay
should continue it.
can continue it.
New York is it already legal? It's legal in New York, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, I think so.
A couple of friends of mine from Brooklyn got married. Yeah. Actually,
And the reason I say that because I think we should be proud every day.
yes, that's true.
So I think we should all be as open as possible at work and anything you do. And just people eventually get used to it.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying, if you're out in BFE, walk down the road holding hands with your boyfriend. So when the rednecks drive by, they chain you up and drag you down the street or anything. But because that shit still happens in this day
That's
and
it
age.
happens. Yeah.
I was reading an article today about in the Navy that even though Don't Ask, Don't Tell's been waived, there was some hazing over a guy that they thought was gay. And it cost the commander his, he got booted from the Navy over it because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. So,
Okay.
but some other good things that are going on in the gay news that are out and proud this week. Do you want to talk about the gay couple?
Oh, yes, the gay couple. Okay, the gay couple renews vows at Parkville Comic Shop. This is interesting. Okay, so Collector's Corner played host to a longtime customer and his husband Wednesday afternoon for a vow renewal ceremony in celebration of a new issue of the astonishing X-Men, which features a gay couple getting married, and in celebration of the release of Astonishing X-Men number 51, where Canadian mutant superhero Northstar marries his boyfriend Kyle. The publisher, Marvel Comic, encouraged retailers to do something special. So Parkville's own Collector's Corner was happy to oblige on Wednesday afternoon. I guess that's just last Wednesday, I guess. Customer and Parkville native Michael McGrudden and his husband Chris Gardner renewed their wedding vows in a short ceremony. McGrudden, 40, and Gardner, 50, were legally wed for 2 years in May in a ceremony in Washington D.C. McGrudden, a longtime comics fan, saw Wednesday's issue as an opportunity. It's that X-Men message, which is true. It is a lot of lessons of equality. You feel a lot of empathy for mutants, and they live in a world where people hate and fear them just for who they are, McGrudden explained. So,
true. Now, think about this, comic book fans.
Mm-hmm.
Had Walt Disney not bought Marvel, would this have happened this soon?
If they didn't buy them, okay. So so it's more Disney that's really.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
promoting it.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think that had an effect on it? Because Disney is very pro-gay, mainly
Yeah.
because 80% of their employees are gay, and they have no choice. But
Okay,
because straight people can't dance in scene, folks, it's just hard for them. It's just hard.
that's right.
So,
And
they can't be gay and merry all the time at the park. It's just
some of them are furries too, wearing all those.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I'm kidding. No, not many of them are furries.
but I mean, we've had gay characters. Northstar was a gay character in Marvel. Got killed off by Wolverine in some alternate universe. I'm sure that's how
Wolverine killed him.
Wolverine killed Northstar. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
All right. And now all of a sudden he's back through the miracle of Marvel Universe, because they always come back. Nobody's ever truly dead in the Marvel Universe or the DC Universe.
Nobody.
They can have Crisis on Infinite Earths. They can have all this other stuff. They can reorganize, and they have to do that every year because they get so convoluted about what now they've done. They don't know what they're doing anymore, except for the fans. We know more than the editors and stuff do some days, I think. But had not a very gay-friendly company bought Marvel Comics, would this has happened as fast as it had?
Probably it would. No, it would be. People would have left, I guess.
So, because I think a lot of the people, well, at least from Comic-Con, from the gay panels I went to, I think there's a more of a push for there to be more accepting gay in there. But I think the powers at the top that control the strings are very scared about that, because comics are notoriously for kids, or at least that's the image. Well, that's not the total case anymore.
Not anymore.
They're for old fat men in their 40s, apparently. But I mean, it's that whole thing, and it's such a crossover now.
It's like Image. The Image comics have become very adult oriented now. Most of their comic books, like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Walking Dead is very adult, and of course there's a gay there's a gay couple there, which is awesome. And what else? There are other comic books. What else? Yeah, right now X-Men.
X-Men.
Yeah, X-Men.
Archie did the whole gay marriage.
Archie also.
So, and I can't remember. Is Archie owned by Marvel, or is it? I think it's a free. I think Archie's free
Like an independent or
independent. I think.
Yeah, they're not Marvel.
They're not Marvel.
Marvel.
I don't know if they're published by Marvel or not. So.
But in DC right now, I'm trying to collect Earth 2.
Yeah.
With the Green Lantern. We talked about it. Yeah. Before
Gay.
Gay. Alan Scott playing
Alan
it.
Scott.
Yeah, he's a gay Green Lantern. It's the Gay Lantern.
Darkest night, brightest day. Your ass shall feel my wrath. No, sorry.
Should be the Pink Lantern, right? Okay, so that's some celebrations. Actually, in Houston, there was
Actually, one of the tattoo parlors. In
that's
Houston
right. We were talking about that.
Was doing marriages at the tattoo parlor. So
That's last Saturday.
yeah, last Saturday they were like
Here in
saying, if
Houston.
y'all want to get married, come in. We got the.
It may not be legal,
It may not be legal,
but we just want
support
to do
you and everything.
it.
And
Yeah.
actually, I know one of the straight guys that works there, and he says, "I'd much rather deal with the gay clientele than the straight ones because they're not as bitchy and
Oh, really?
whiny about shit.
Too pushy. All right, let's move on, Ray. Let's go to the geek. And this is something geeky that Ray really likes.
Okay. Our geek this week, negative radiation pressure and light can make some tractor beams real. Developing a real working tractor beam has regularly been an exercise in frustration. It often relies on brute force attempts to induce a magic link, a magnetic link or an air pressure gap, either of which falls a bit short of science fiction level elegance. The Technon Israel Institute of Technology's, oh Lord, here we go with these big Jewish words.
Mordecai Sejev.
Mordecai has a theory that would use this subtler, though not entirely movie-like, concept of a negative radiation pressure in light to move objects. By using materials that have a negative refraction index, where the light photons and their overall wave shape move in opposite directions. Sejev wants to create a sweet spot where the negative radiation pressure exists and an object caught in the middle can be pushed around. His early approach would use extremely thin crystals stacked in layers to manipulate the refraction. As it's theorized, the technology won't be pulling in the Millennium Falcon anytime soon. The millimeters wire-laid intervals dictate the size of what can be pulled. Nothing less, even the surgical level tractor beams that Sejev hopes will ultimately stem from upcoming tests will bring us much closer to the future than what we've always wanted.
Okay, this is interesting because it's tractor beams. Who doesn't want tractor beams? But it has the material you're trying to attract needs to have the right material. That's what it's saying. Yeah. It needs to, so you have to concentrate on one area which is susceptible to this tractor beam. So you can't just go around and tractor beam somebody's zipper or something. Yeah. You can't. So it's just really, I guess it's all in theory right now. Yeah.
Well, we were talking earlier, and G said that he'd rather have a power ring. I think that's, I've been thinking about it since he said that, and I was like, I think I still want telepathy.
Oh, really?
We
had a talk about that, and Drench for 2011. I was there with Eric, Devin, and Jeff. We were talking about having telepathy. It would be like Suki. It will reduce your
without the light beam.
No, without the laser beam. No laser beams, please. Suki with the laser beam.
Damn you, Pamps.
Damn you. Shut up, Pamps. But anyway, having telepathy would be nice. But however, it will reduce your view of humanity. Because you already know what they're thinking. No more surprise parties. Right?
Well, see, some of us are very anal retentive. Have control issues and don't like surprise things. So it would be perfect for us. And it also would be great when you're sitting out in the patio and you're like, bitch, bring me a drink.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't know. When I thought about that, having to read minds, and it would solve that whole problem before I even go up and start talking to somebody and they're like, oh, bottom, okay. Top, no, never mind. All right. You're automatically filtering everyone without even, oh my gosh, that is bad.
Let's cut it right on out,
Mm-hmm. All right.
Time on somebody. Oh, he's hot. Oh, you're top.
But you cannot do it when you're in Growler. You can't read their minds when in Growler.
Most of them have it in their profile, so it doesn't matter.
I know. What you do, if you have telepathy, you post a very hot pic, and then you meet up with a guy, and then you do a one-way. Because you posted a different pic of, it's not your real pic. And then you meet with a guy and then you do a one-way, meaning, he knows what you look like, but he doesn't really know what you look like, but, So,
let's see if you have telepathy.
And then you read the mind and then,
you can get like the little muscle boys I like that don't like me. Then I can make them think I'm Hugh Jackman or something.
No, that's going to be hard. You'll be concentrating all the time. What if you wake up and then what if the guy wakes up and you're still sleeping like that? You're not Hugh Jackman.
Sorry, you just forgot that, didn't
you? No, I don't think so.
And then it'd be all over National Choir. I'm having Hugh Jackman's gay baby. Turd baby.
He'll be in Maury. Okay, so all right, let's move on to our bizarre Ray. This is something we found earlier. which is an expensive but interesting option for sex. Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, I got to talk about this.
Oh, you want me to do it? I can do it.
Okay, you do it.
Okay. The bizarre is a Louis Vuitton condoms, the fashionable way to fake it in the bedroom. A tidal wave of excitement, no doubt, swept through the label-loving locales of Marbella, Miami, and Essex last night when news that Louis Vuitton had launched a range of condoms went viral on Twitter. So, parceled in wrappers, printed the Louis Vuitton's iconic brown monogram, the condoms are embossed with the LV logo and priced at an eye-watering $68 each.
Hold up, folks. Hold up. 30 days from now, Harwin, $295. Except it's going, instead of saying Louis Vuitton, it might say like VD or something. I don't know. So.
VD Vuitton. So it's a small change to the average customer of the luxury French fashion house. So sadly, however, the this NE Plus Ultra of the sex industry turned out to be yet another knockoff and not created. Not creative director Mark Jacobs' latest tongue-in-cheek must-haves accessory. So the brains behind the spoof is really a spoof. So it was just interesting to talk about. So the brains behind the spoof is Georgia public architect Irakli Kiziria. That's his name. Who collaborated with the design provocation to create the condoms for the World AIDS Day in December. Oh, I guess it's a good promotion. So, however, after a picture of one appear, I'll put this on the website, okay? Of one appeared in Huffington Post yesterday and the other day. Word spread fast, and before long, Louis Vuitton condoms was trending on a social media site, Twitter. So, a spokesman for Louis Vuitton declined. Of course, they're going to keep this on, I'm sure. So Louis Vuitton declined to comment on the designer condom fever sweeping the globe, but it seems safe to say that that should be the demand for luxury handbags ever wane. They have a tidy potential plan B waiting in the wings. Yeah, Louis Vuitton plan B. That's good. All right.
Louis Vuitton Planned Parenthood. I'm looking at the picture. And if the picture's correct, it's got Louis Vuitton logo actually stamped into the condom. Mm-hmm. So is that real rib for their pleasure?
Yeah, maybe.
By Louis Vuitton.
By Louis Vuitton.
It's also chocolate. So what are they trying to say? It's
I know.
Colored.
I don't like the color.
Why? Are you saying you don't? Why? It looks like black dick.
It's like a black dick.
So are you racial?
No, I'm not.
You're racist, aren't you? He's racist.
I like it clear colored. If it's gonna be, I don't know. Clear colors is nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll put the links on the website for you guys to see how a Louis Vuitton condom looks like. Okay. All right, let's go on with the audience comments before we close the show. Okay. So
I'll read this one.
Go with this one, Ray.
This is for Maynard, because when he said this last week, I rolled my eyes. If you want to go back and look at the video, you're sincerely concerned that sending out space probes like Voyager 1 lowers the total mass of Earth. Really? That's what I said too, brother. The weight of all satellites, moonshots, and space probes in history is nowhere near the weight added to the Earth each year by incoming meteorites.
Yes.
And he gives a website. Oh, excuse me. It's like estimates for the mass of the material that falls on Earth each year range from 37 to 78,000. I guess that's metric tons. That's tons. So.
That's tons. Okay.
So that's a whole lot of shit hitting the Earth. So
watch that calamari.
And watch that calamari. That's from Henry in Atlanta.
Thank you, Henry. Okay, let me get this clear. Okay, fine. There are about 37,000 to 78,000 tons coming to the Earth. However, these are natural things that come to Earth. But to me, sending a probe out into space is something that is man-made, that we did it ourselves, that we consciously sent out in space. Well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, of all these tons of materials coming in from the Earth.
Either way, it matters not being lost or made. So, I mean, it's just exchanged.
That's true, but it's not exchanged in Earth. it's
Well, I
out
mean,
in space
it
now.
goes out in space, but other stuff from space comes back to Earth. So it all
Yeah, like I said, there are tons and tons coming into Earth. Right, but yeah, that's true, I guess. But still, it's
I mean,
a
the whole reason
man-made
that we
probe.
have most metals on this planet is because they were meteorites that hit the Earth at some point when the Earth formed.
Yeah, that's true. But we're
I mean,
talking
because
about
there are some planets out there that, from what we can tell, are very
barren when it comes to
barren
when it comes to metals. Yeah.
metals and minerals and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Anyway, okay. So thank you, Henry, for the email. All right. Oh my God, I'm just ranting
Yes.
about
and we also have a congratulations from the wedding
for the weed.
for the weeding.
For the weeding. What's it says?
I
Weeding?
thought it was just. I was like, I didn't type this one up. Congratulations for the weeding from Dragontur.
Dragontur. That's
Dragontur.
it's from YouTube. So okay, thank you, Dragontur, for the.
Wait till you see that video.
That's right. Oh well, okay. So I guess that's the show. That's pretty much the show.
That's the show.
So what are we planning? Ray? You still want to watch? You want to watch? You got to watch it anyway. The Vampire Hunter.
Yep, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Even though the reviews are bad, I think it's a cool movie. So
I read about somewhere on Facebook about. So what's going to be next? What's the sequel? Like George Bush, the zombie killer, something like that.
Well, no, there's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I mean, there's a whole series of these books like this.
Yeah. But we're talking about historical figures, though.
Well, that's what they're doing.
George Bush is a historical figure, I guess.
Only if you put his head on a spike and
Oh, that's right. From Game of
anybody have any
Thrones.
problem with it?
That's right. It's on Game of Thrones, I remember.
All the gays were walking to the White House this weekend and doing it for Pride, and they were fingering off Ronnie. So
Ronnie?
Reagan.
Oh, Reagan? Okay.
See, that's before your time. You were still young then.
He was called Ronnie?
Ronnie Reagan. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was
That's
too
his
young
nickname.
for that.
It was his nickname. See, more '80s reference for everybody.
More 80s. Anyway.
So anyway, let's
Okay,
wrap this up.
so we're going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. If you want to contact us, send your emails to show@bearpodcast.com.
Or you can give us a call on our voicemail line, which nobody ever calls, even though I get the number right all the time, thanks to Dave. And leave a message, and we'll play it on the show. See,
What's the number?
Henry, you could call us and left this message and said, "Hey." Our number is 206-222-2327. That's 206-222-BEAR. Give us a call. We'll play the voicemail on the show.
Yes, and subscribe via iTunes and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and go to the official website at BearPodcast.com. Also, subscribe on YouTube. That's some of our comments are coming from too. So, thank you everyone for watching and listening, and we will catch you guys on the next episode of Bear Podcast. Many wolves and many hugs.
Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear.